Expectant parents who are considering adoption, there are so many legal shenanigans going on in the domestic infant adoption industry in the United States. You have very little legal protection. I'm going to share a story that recently happened, and I cannot reveal too much information, and I will explain why. Recently, a young mother reached out to Saving Our Sisters, hoping that we would be able to help her revoke her consent to an adoption. Unfortunately, she terminated her parental rights shortly after birth in a state that has no revocation window. That means as soon as the pen left the paper, there was no going back. She cannot regain custody of her baby. Spiritual abuse is still a very real thing in the United States. This mother is a teenager. Her family basically said that they would disown her if she chose to parent, and the adoptive family did not have the funds to be able to adopt her baby, so the biological family, this young mother's family, actually paid the attorney for the adoption. They said that it was her redemption for getting pregnant. They instructed her not to tell the father of the baby, so we have once again another father who is being denied his right to his child. The point of this post is that when Saving Our Sisters gets the paperwork for the adoption and we read over it, we often find unethical behavior by adoption professionals, agencies, or attorneys. In this situation, the attorney that was being used, she is in a state where a notary is not allowed to draft legal documents, and a notary is not allowed to perform a notarial act if they are receiving a direct beneficial interest. And the attorney who was carrying out the adoption served as the notary on the adoption paperwork. In any other situation, a client would be able to file a complaint where an attorney is so blatantly skirting the law. But in this situation, this mom has been promised an open adoption. They are not legally enforceable. So if she were to file a complaint, word would get back to this adoptive family, and it would be very likely that this adoptive family would then cut her out of her child's life. It is very difficult to make necessary complaints when you discover that there has been unethical behavior in the adoption process, knowing that those complaints might get back to the adoptive family, who may very well close you out of a promised open adoption.